Alright, so hello everyone, this is my chess analysis of round 3, round 4 and round 5 of my MSSM game, and these are the second part of my 3-part video. I have left the last game, round 6, as a little surprise. It's going to be its own video, so today I'll just be covering round 3, round 4 and round 5, right? For round 3, my opponent will be playing exactly the way that I play for white. For round 4, my opponent will be playing the stone wall setup for black, which I have no idea how to play against. And for round 5, I completely obliterated my opponent. Alright, so let's get on with it. I don't want to stretch out the video, just try and get on with it. So d4, d5, e3, knight f6, knight f3. And this signals to me that he's going to be playing the Collie system, which I am an expert, I guess, because I play the Collie system myself, but unfortunately I don't know how to go against it. But I know that I have to play c5 in this position. My idea is that if you take, I play e3, if you defend, I start attacking. This is all, I know all of this. You can't play a3, because takes I win your rook, so you have to play c3. My idea is that after pawn takes, bishop check, bishop check, bishop takes, queen takes, pawn takes. If I was playing as white, I think this is better for me, because after b6, actually I will play a4. Idea is that after you take, I play b5. I was sort of hoping he would play this because I also have my own traps with black against this. c5. I wasn't very sure about playing it because, again, the entire line I showed you, it's very theoretical, and it's one way you can play against the Collie system. But he didn't take it. Alright, I just complete my development. Actually, I think e3, usually I'll just play b6 and develop my bishop on this rank instead, sort of copying his structure. But I've never played this before, so in like this tournament alone, I've played many lines that I've never played before. But I really needed a win here, so I played something different a bit. I play e6, bishop b2, knight c6, again just developing, putting pressure on this pawn. I will later on go to learn that it was much more important to take on d4 and then go knight c6. And this is no more the Collie system, because they have no pawn at e3. This knight can jump here in the future, but it's really risky. And that's pretty much the entire point of c5. If you push c5 against the Collie system, you are going to take on d4. That's why I should white. If you're playing white, you should take on c5. But if you allow black to take on d4, then you should take on d4. There's some lines about this which I'm not sure. I'm not some genius. I actually forgot the lines prior to preparing this video. So yay. So yeah, after e3, I didn't take on d4, which is supposed to be a sort of like a weird move, because you're trying to justify why you played c5, right, to take on d4. But I didn't know that, and I just thought, yeah, I'll keep the pressure. And so he castles. I play queen c7, and this was actually a mistake because now he has pawn takes. Idea is that bishop has to take, bishop takes knight, knight takes f6, right? That's the problem. G takes, and actually in this position it's not that bad because I have an open file. I can castle king side, queen side, start attacking on the queen side. It's not that bad, right? I knew this, right? This is the most frustrating part. I knew this was going to happen, okay? And I still fell for it. He played c4 first, right? I told myself, okay, if he takes, I can just castle queen side, open file, I'm fine, right? And then the next move, I castle king side, right? This is brilliant play by yours truly. I have no idea what I was thinking about. He played rook c1, he didn't take. This is actually the best move. He didn't take. I had one more chance. I could just went queen e7, save my knight so that after pawn takes, bishop takes, my queen can take back, and I'm completely fine. And I went b6. And my idea, my hilarious idea, is that if you take I take back. If you take, I take back. And my pawns are doing fine, even though it's not really. And I thought to myself, alright, seems like a nice position, I think, right? Seemed like a nice position. And then he took. B takes, bishop takes. Yeah, I saw that after he took, and I was so frustrated because I fell for this idea in the college system my second time. Right, I've only played against the college system 2 times in my life, in like a proper chess game, and I fell for this 2 times. Once during MSSJ, which was a state level, another one in this competition, the national levels. So it seems very clear that I barely learned anything. So again, position wise, g takes f6, open file for my king. We play h3, knight attacks, pawn takes, and bishop f3. Just putting pressure on these 2 pawns. The pawns that I previously viewed as strong apparently turned out to be weak. I play rook d8. Simple. If you take, I give check, I win your bishop, and I win a pawn. Actually no, I'm probably losing a pawn. Am I? Oh no, because the queen is protecting the bishop. So yeah, I just win a bishop out of nowhere, right? So just a bit of tactic. Went back. I went knight e8, knight e7. Bishop f8 seems to be the best move because bishop g7 and maybe f6, f5 in the future. This entire diagonal is mine, right? But I went knight e7 because I didn't want to play f5 and have to destroy my king side. I didn't play that. b4, I played c4, and then he takes the pawn in this position. When I saw this, I know that he wasn't really that strong of a player because it is a general chess principle that you shouldn't trade 2 pieces for a rook. But he went for it. When I saw this, I was so happy. I just took, and plays knight takes. There's 3 ways you can take against this knight. One is f takes, one is h takes, and one is knight takes. Guess which one is the worst move? Right, knight takes, and that's what I played, because you know, I am me. And apparently the right move in this position was to take with h pawn, and I saw that, but I was thinking after queen d4, attacking this pawn, right? And I thought to myself, there's no way I can defend it. I can only play bishop e5, and after rook takes, bishop takes, rook takes queen, now 2 pieces are being attacked, and I can't defend both of them. So I thought to myself, okay, this is losing. If I save my bishop, he takes my knight, and he has 2 rooks for rook and bishop. So that was why I took with the knight. My idea was that if he went here again, bishop here, rook takes, bishop back, I'm completely fine because my knight is no longer an e7. So I calculated this long sequence and thought to myself, oh my god, I'm such a genius, right? Like I found the only best move. Apparently after queen d4, you can just play rook c8, just defending everything. You can lose a pawn, I win this pawn, all is fine. Apparently, because this queen is looking mighty dangerous on this side of the board, right? But of course it's chess. Just because something looks like it doesn't mean it actually is. But it just looks dangerous. But he didn't even play that. He played queen f3, again attacking the pawn and the rook. Played rook b8, counter attacking on the b4 pawn. Takes. I played bishop e5 first, because I really don't like the queen on this diagonal. I really don't like it, and I didn't want him to get any counterplay based on that. Rook takes b4, plays f4, trying to play f5. I played bishop b2 first, and I calculated all of this, right? I calculated what happens after rook b1, rook d1, rook c, rook f d1, or f5. I calculated all of these lines, I'm not joking. I calculated what happens if he sacrifices rook with f5 or rook d1, or if he plays rook b1 or rook d1, rook b d1. I calculated 4 different lines, and it was at that moment I felt like a grandmaster. It took me less than about 10 minutes to calculate all of this, and I felt that bishop b2 was the correct move. And in 1 second's time, he played rook c2. So 10 minutes down the drain, and now I don't know what to do. So I played queen e7, offering to have a queen trade. It was actually the best move in his position. He didn't accept it, he went queen a5. I played c3, and this is apparently not so good of a move because it blocks the defense of my king with g7. But I'm just putting full pressure on trying to promote this pawn. He played f5, I went back, f6, and in this position, with low on time and also a very stressful headache, I play queen takes e3. Why is that a bad move? Well, because it forgets one thing, that when the queen was here, it was protecting the only rook. And I saw f6 and I thought, okay, he couldn't play that because I just take the pawn. I win a free pawn. And it did happen. And he looked at me and he played queen takes b4. So, not much in this position. Queen d3, doubles up to the rook, went knight up, I started to shuffle pieces, and I resigned. So, a very bad opening, but he blunders a trade, and I get very strong possibilities. Actually, in this position, it's -1, almost -2 for white, and white is doing very fine because I have queen d6. The only winning move. You can take my pawn, I guess. This pawn is weak. This pawn is weak. This pawn is just stomping through. And black is probably winning. But I didn't see that. After f6, I just took the pawn. And I lost this game. That's alright. I have about 0.5 over 3 rounds. I was one of the last few people. And for round 4, I was on board 15. I was at the last board possible, right? There were only 15 boards, 30 players, and I was at the last board. So round 4, I was playing white. I had to get a win. I had to because I was one of the last players on the game, on the tournament, and I didn't want to just lose and get last place and go straight home. Played d4, d5, knight f3, e6, e3, bishop. Alright, I thought everything would be fine until he played f5. He's playing a Stonewall, an opening that I used to play. So again, round 3, my opponent plays the opening that I played. Round 4, my opponent also played the opening that I used to play, but as black. So immediately I'm out of prep. I went b3, just normal development. With knight out, castles, castles. And knight, just normal development. Went c6, I jumped my knight in. He also jumped his knight in. And my idea is that if you jump your knight in, I first play f3, knight back, and I play c4. So this position compared to this position, where my pawns are not even here, I thought it was a good point. It was a good move, right? Allowing his knight to come in, pushing it back, and then playing c4. Now it's the same position, but I get 2 free moves. That's much better, right? I get 2 free tempi. Queen c7, f4, knight up, rook f3, transferring my rook to this side. A general, very understandable idea in the calling system. Rook up, copying my moves. He takes the knight on e5 first. I take it back. Rook g6. And over here, I accidentally played a brilliant move, right? Not so brilliant as it is winning, but brilliant as it is alluring. Pretty much, I'm asking my opponent, I'm giving you a free knight. Do you want to take it? It's up to you. This was probably what my opponent thought after he took the knight. And I went queen takes h7, and he went like, oh, this is actually a trap all along. Like, I shouldn't have taken a knight on d2. And guess what? I didn't even see it. Queen h5, I just thought, I'm attacking your pawn. Play h6, I take your rook. If you defend with the knight somehow, and I have like a very strong position after knight f3, oh my god, I'm winning, completely winning, right? That was what I thought. I didn't realize that the knight on d2 could be taken. So it's a very lucky moment for me. After he takes a knight, I was a bit devastated, but I saw, wait, hold on a second. He has to defend his rook. He can't go anywhere else. He has to go here. And I go queen h5. Now rook can be defended. Rook g3 next move. Hello. rook g3, and the rook is just gone. You play something else, rook g3, boom boom, the rook is gone. I'm up an exchange. So I saw that, I went queen h5, I thought, am I winning? Knight f8, I calculated this, bishop a3, attacking the knight. He went king e8. Yeah, king e8 is pretty much the only move, right? Bishop takes. Idea is that after king takes, I take a rook, right? So he went queen f7. As you can see, this white bright arrow here. It's pretty annoying. Why? Because in this position, bishop b4 was the correct move, right? And I saw it. The worst part about losing a chess game is that sometimes you see the right moves, but you don't play it, right? Bishop b4 is simple. I'm attacking your knight. Your knight has to move. Takes. And I'm doing okay. I win a pawn, right? Remember how I lost the knight just now? And I want the knight back, right? And I want the knight back. I'll just go back. Attack your knight. Take. Everything is fine, right? I have attack on your king. Rook is sliding in on c1. This pawn is bulldozing everything. Bishop takes. Can play d5, attacking the center. And all is doing fine. I think I'm doing very good in this position. Positionally, I'm doing very good because my queen, rook, and bishop are all active. Materially, I'm also having an advantage. I'm +1 pawn. And as always, all that goes up must come down. I blunder. Queen h8. My idea was that in this position, after queen h8, queen takes, king takes, I can take the rook. Because I mistook that my queen will still be on h5 after moving it to h8. It's a very simple blunder. Even my opponent, even like the players on the board 14, looking at our game, were just surprised that I could just blunder a game like this. He took, rook h8, pawn takes. He shouldn't take on the c pawn. Then my rook gets active. So he took with the e pawn. Bishop takes f5, a bit of a tactic. He took anyways. Put pressure, g3, and I'm already losing. Knight out, takes the pawn. Rook takes, knight check, king back, king up, rook takes, rook h6, attacking. Apparently rook c1 is the best move. Threatening sort of checkmate, but not really. And he has to go check. I go back, not here. Go back. Actually, yeah. I have to go here. Check. And it seems that all is fine. All should be fine. I saved my rook, but instead I went rook f1. My idea is simple. I'm going to go rook f7, e7, checkmate. That right, like mate is my only hope. Rook check, bishop out, rook f7 as planned, and he starts giving me check. I couldn't go back because he has like too many discoveries. He can just take, force me here, too many discoveries. So I went to king d1, knight takes, rook c2, rook check, and I'm gone. Rook attacking, bishop attacking. I have to lose a piece, right? Whatever I do, I have to lose a piece. I kept on fighting. I have a fork. I took, and in the end, it's just the endgame where white is completely losing. I was hoping for a draw. Maybe I could get one. I didn't get one, obviously. Now I couldn't even take this pawn because he had check, and I'm also losing. So I tried my last ditch attempt. Didn't work. I had to go for stalemate, also didn't work. And my last attempt, take my queen, it's a draw. Stalemate. Of course he didn't take that. Maybe he's smart, or maybe he just didn't see it. Queen c1, checkmate. That's the end of round 4. And I come out victorious with half a point after 4 rounds. The last game, as you can see, this is the blunder that my opponent made. It's actually very easy. I just sort of climb through it. It's not very hard. My opponent made an early blunder. My opponent was from Sabah, I think. Very good chess player. Play Karo-Kan, advanced variation. All this I've known. Play Queen A4 line, which I'm not so sure that's correct. Bishop out. Just takes. Knight E7. Double pawn. Takes. Knight there. And bishop takes A7. Again, this was a mistake. Bishop C5. Attacking the bishop. You take the bishop. I take your rook. I'm completely winning. So he blunders, so bishop takes A7. You went bishop B6. Apparently the correct move is to play king takes. Bishop takes, so after king takes, I have this check. Yeah, he can't block the queen. He moves away. I take. Black is completely winning. Right? He has mate in a few moves. I didn't see that. I play rook takes first. Bishop takes. Rook takes. So currently, what am I up? Completely equal. My pieces are more active. I attacked the bishop. Takes. I'm up a pawn now. Knight attack. Knight out. King castles. His idea is that if you take or something, knight check devastates everything because of this rook pin. I go back, takes my bishop, and I lose the game. So, interesting trap. I just went back, king up, bishop takes, bishop back, rook there, knight attacks. The idea is that if you play h3, if you go back, you relinquish the defense of the bishop. Instead, after h3, I go rook f2, attacking your rook. Your rook has no squares, it has to go back here, but it can also. Bishop blocking all the squares, knight here as well, rook here. Yeah, and so your rook just gets trapped. You attack my rook, fine, I'll just take. I'm winning as well. So, I hope he will play that. He didn't play that. Rook d3, bishop back, h3, knight back, and he starts pushing. All of my winning pawns are on the king side, his are on the queen side, so he's attacking there. And suddenly, even though I'm winning, I'm getting reduced to the position of a defender. I have to defend this position. As you can see, I'm minus 3, but I somehow have to defend this position. I saw c4, I really didn't like it, so I went rook c8. I thought it was the best move. Pawn takes, knight takes, a3 to prevent any rook b4 ideas. So you play a3, king out, knight a5. The correct move was apparently rook c7, defending everything. But I thought a bit more, and I went rook d4. Idea is knight takes, king here. I'm attacking your rook and everything, right? If rook takes, bishop takes, knight back or something. This position I evaluate as pretty winning, because my bishops and knights stop your advanced pawns, and these pawns, no one's going to stop them, right? I also go knight, king b6, my main idea. Knight back, I win your bishop. Bishop back, I win your knight. Apparently, knight b4 was the correct move. After king takes b5, knight d6, fork, king back, knight takes. So this was the variation that was winning for white. He didn't see it, so that's why I played rook b3. I took. There's this threat, knight back, takes. Rook out, g3, f4, helping me advance my pawns. Thank you very much. King out, rook preparing to double down on this file, winning a bishop. Bishop b8, preventing rook c7. Rook out, bishop c7, rook back, knight d5, protecting this bishop and attacking your rook at the same time. Rook c4, bishop b6, and plays b4. And I calculated everything, actually before I played bishop b6, that he can push these pawns, but my bishop alone can stop them. Because after b4, a4, a5, a6, I just go bishop b6. I'm stopping a7. I'm stopping everything. Like, I'm stopping rook c7. He can't go because my bishop is a monster here. He can't go like b4, b5, b6 because my bishop is attacking. And if he wants to play b6, he has to play a5. But then my bishop takes as well. So my bishop alone stops all of his pawns. That's why I played bishop b6. b4, I push my pawn. a5, back. All according to my plan. Rook out, pinning this knight. I just push. a6, bishop b6, my idea. Rook back. And I just put a nail in the coffin. Knight c3 check. Rook can take, because I take. King out. Push the pawn. I'm winning. So you couldn't play that. Just bring his king up. I win the rook. Up a bishop. And I slowly win this endgame. Yeah, and he resigned. So these 3 games, out of 3 games, I only won 1 game. My current score is 1.5 out of 5. I have 1 last round, as you can see. And you can see a title, Worst Game of 2024, which is not a very good title, especially since it's the last game that you have to win. But I tried my best, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.